Hello there, welcome to ESKIMI webinar. My name is Agnes. I am a Business Development Manager for ESKIMI in APAC region. And today I will be your guide for the topic about Programmatic Pakistan, how and why. So programmatic is a thing. And I believe it's not a surprise for any of you because every day more and more you are hearing about the fact that global agencies, global clients are buying media for programmatic way. But how is it in markets like Pakistan? What kind of benefit such media buying can bring to you, and how to use such tool? Because there are many myths about programmatic. Sometimes people say that programmatic is only for performance-based campaigns. Sometimes agencies and brands tend to believe that programmatic is only when you have a lot of money to invest and you do not have where to spend it, and the price is not important for you, so then you can go to programmatic tools. Some very new to digital marketing might believe that launching programmatic campaigns requires a lot of knowledge. So today I'm going to try to explain all those things and try to decline and to make sure that you are not into that position anymore and thinking that programmatic is something really complex and not for your marketing campaigns. So this webinar is the very first one in our series for Pakistan market. So today I will start about major topics, about major terms. I will briefly go through ESKIMI numbers in Pakistan market. I will briefly introduce our data capabilities, our targeting capabilities. However, all these topics will be discussed in later webinars. So if you have any feedback, if you have any questions, and if you want me to cover specific topics, please feel free to contact me on Skype, on email, WhatsApp, and just let me know what kind of topic I would have to cover next time. So let's not wait for long. Let me share my screen with you, and let's discuss about programmatic in Pakistan, how and why. So hopefully you see everything correctly. And today's agenda is really simple, trying to understand major terms, major tools, major targeting capabilities of programmatic, comparing programmatic with direct media buying, programmatic versus ad networks, and as I said, shortly introducing ESKIMI, shortly introducing our capabilities. I will go through some cases we had in other markets, and then if we will have enough time, we will leave some minutes for questions and answer sessions. And if you're watching this video sometime later, so please feel free to contact me and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. So what is ESKIMI and what is this platform all about and where did we came from? So ESKIMI is a DSP, it's a programmatic media buying tool. Our headquarters is in Lithuania, Europe, so this is where I'm talking from now. However, our major focus is on markets in Asia, Africa, and Middle East. We started our operations more than 10 years ago in Nigeria, and then grew in other African countries. And 2 years ago, we opened our first traffic in Asian markets. So the very first market we opened our traffic and our operation was Bangladesh. And from Bangladesh, we grew into India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka. And this winter, we opened traffic in Pakistan market, and this is our next big spot to be. So ESKIMI DSP, the term itself means demand side platform, is a tool, a platform which allows you to reach more than 1 billion users globally. So, however, even though we have possibility to show ads for users in any place of the world, we are still focusing on the markets that I mentioned, Asia, Africa, and Middle East, because we know specific of those markets, we know what kind of advantages we can offer to clients in those markets. So that's why we have a tool for Asia, Africa, and Middle East. Later in my slides, I will explain what kind of specifics we know and how different we are from the global tools like Facebook or Google. On top of the reach, we have our data management platform, DMP. So it helps us to target really unique users, to create unique audiences for our clients, to make sure that they are reaching their target users instead of those that are totally irrelevant for them. And in about section of this video, of this webinar, there is a URL to ESKIMI DSP intro. It's a 2-minute summary about our tool. So after this webinar, please go there and check. Also, you will find even more videos about ESKIMI on our ESKIMI DSP channel. So feel free to go. Then it comes to our clients list. ESKIMI is more than happy to say that all major global ad clients are already with us, starting from Coca-Cola to Unilever, from Procter & Gamble to Huawei. All major telco groups like Telenor, Etisalat, Airtel are already with us. We are working with many industries, from FMCG to finance, insurance, and many other different companies. And on top of that, on top of close relations with brands, we are in really close relations with all global agencies like Group M, WPP, Dentsu Group, and many others. Because sometimes when we are approaching the market and when we are going to totally new clients, they ask us, are you agency? So no, ESKIMI is not an agency. ESKIMI is a tool, it's a programmatic platform, a media buying platform, similar to Facebook, similar to Google's product. There you come with a need to show your ads to the audience. But we work really closely with agencies. We work really close with brands because we want to understand what is the KPI of each and every campaign, as well as what is the KPI of a brand and overall strategy. What do you want to reach? What do you want to acquire? What kind of brand image you want to maintain? So knowing this actually helps us to have all these impressive names on our clients list. So this is shortly about ESKIMI. If you have any questions, again, feel free to text. We have here a live chat capability. So go ahead and also drop your question there. So now let's go to programmatic overview. To programmatic definition, explanation of what it actually is. So if I would have to summarize programmatic in one word, it would be automatic. So everything what happens in programmatic media buying is being done in automated way, meaning that human interaction is needed only to set up campaign, to define the campaign KPI, to define the actual targeting audience you want to reach, but decision which placements to buy, which users to buy, actually is being done by algorithms, being done by the system itself. So even the exact definition of programmatic says that it's an algorithm purchase of ad space in real time. And the fact that it does not require human interaction is a really huge advantage. I will also talk a bit later about it while comparing programmatic with direct media buying. But once you set up your KPIs, once you yourself actually know what kinds of results you want to reach, programmatic is there to help. But again, it's really important yourself to identify what kind of result would make your campaign successful. So this is what we are always asking our clients, both agencies and brands, to define exact KPI. And once the KPI is there, once we know it, it's really easy for us and our tool to deliver your desired result. So major terms that you would always hear when it comes to programmatic media buying is SSP, DSP, and DMP. So not to go too deep into it, SSP means supply side platform. Supply side platform is the place there a lot of publishers are being aggregated into one unique system. So SSP basically is the ad network, which has much more advanced capabilities like analysis of users, their behavioral data, and so on, which is being then given to DSPs. So SSP is a place there we are getting all inventory, where we are getting all information about how much time user is spending online, on what sites user is spending his time, how his behavior is changing on a monthly basis, and so on. So this is SSP, supply side. There we are requesting the traffic, where we are requesting ad space from. DSP is a demand side platform, so a place their client, ad client, is coming with his demand. So for instance, if it's a brand like Telenor, and Telenor wants to reach users who are on Telenor network only, Telenor agency comes to us and say, okay, let's go and target only those users. And DSP does that. So it identifies user who is online and what kind of technical capabilities it has. So technical capabilities is device type, it's connectivity type, it's same mobile operator. So if it's a Telenor, Jazz, or Uphone, it's being defined and understood by DSP. And then the third part is DMP. So DMP is a data management platform, meaning that in that part of a system, of a tool, we are storing all the information about the user. So starting from technical data and then to the behavioral data. So we know demographics about the user, we know interest about the user, we know how his location is changing. We know that he's interested in this or that. So this is the place that we are asking the audience when we want to run the campaign. So for instance, if same Telenor comes to us and asks, okay, I want to target users who are on Telenor, but also are interested in cricket and general entertainment, so we wouldn't be able to do that without DMP. DMP gives us the data and the information that the user has those specific interests. So these are major terms. If you want more information, again, let me know, and we can discuss programmatic deeper into other webinars. But now quickly, the flow of media buying in a programmatic way. So decision is being made in less than 50 milliseconds. Once the user is entering the website, system announces the fact that such user is online, and then DSPs and DMPs evaluate if this user is falling under specific targeting group. So let's say if a user of Uphone who is interested in politics is now online, we wouldn't be participating in that purchase process because this user is not relevant to the Telenor campaign we have. But once the user of Telenor, and we know that he has an interest in cricket, is online, we are interested in that user, and our DSP, our tool, places the bid to buy that impression. And the DSP, the platform which places the highest bid, wins the impression. and then the ad is being shown for the end user. So all this happens in the time while user is opening the website or while the screen of the app is loading. So this is really impressive, and this is the beauty of programmatic, because there is no other way to buy media that quick and that efficient compared to any other tools that you might be using. So this is about programmatic. This is the flow. Three major terms: SSP, DMP, and DSP. So DSP and DMP I will be using later. SSP, let's leave it alone for other times. So, really important question that I'm receiving from clients is programmatic versus other channels. So question is, this question comes from agencies and brands, because we are really used to the tools that we are using. They are really used to buying media directly. They are really used to buying media on social networks or on Google product. So question is, why should I switch? And why programmatic is any better? Okay, you are buying media, you are allowing us to buy media in a quick, efficient way, but does it bring more value than any other tool? So in this subtopic, I will try to answer how programmatic is different compared with those other tools. So first, very basic question is, why not direct media buying? And Pakistan is not any different market compared to other markets that ESKIMI works at, because sometimes when I'm talking with people from Pakistan, they say, oh, we are really in a really early stage, we are buying media in a direct way mostly, but this is not something surprising. A lot of markets and a lot of clients are still buying media directly because they are used to it. But in the picture in background, well, actually explains why not direct, because it is really slow, and it's really slow as a turtle. So when comparing programmatic versus direct, there are many different and many complex things that programmatic has advantages at. However, three really simple and really major differences are that programmatic is much faster, much more transparent, and much more controllable. So faster, it means that you do not have to go to ad sales manager of your local website and negotiate the price and say, okay, I want to buy 1 million impressions. So he will ask you to send creatives. Then in a day or two, someone will upload those creatives to the site. And then if something bad happens and you will need to take the ads immediately, it will take some time because you will still have to call that ad sales manager, and that ad sales manager will have to call his team. So in this case, the process is really slow and really inefficient. Transparency is also a big issue with direct media buying, because even though publisher tells you that you are buying 1 million impressions and they are showing 1 million impressions, you do not actually know if those impressions have really been shown to the end users. You do not know how many unique users came. You do not know what kind of return on investment such ad placement gave to you. So this is the issue of transparency. And of course, when it comes to direct media buying, a lot of clients are buying media in direct ways because the management told to do that. So if your manager is happy seeing the ad in the local newspaper, this is not the case. You should look for ways how to make sure that ad placements actually brings you some revenue and actually delivers results you need. So same as with a controllable factor. Let's say you are Turkish Airlines and you're buying media in a direct way, and then some plane crash happens, and in all best news sites and all best news portals, there is only that new that airplane crashed. So of course, for you, being Turkish Airlines or being Emirates, it's really harmful to appear in such environment, to appear nearby such news. So if you're buying media directly, again, you need to call ad sales manager, ask him to take the ad. But in the meantime, people are still seeing your ads, and your image is still being harmed. So this would be three major things, programmatic versus direct. Of course, there are many more, but very basic things that you should keep into account while planning your other campaigns. Another question is, why not ad network? Why going to solutions that have several publishers integrated is not enough? Why should I go to programmatic still? So when it comes programmatic versus ad network, the main limitation is the limitation in inventory. Because if an ad network is a local one, that means that it has integration with 10, 20, maximum 100 sites or apps from local market. But if you want to reach as much audience as possible, of course, it's not enough. Same as with limitation in targeting, so you cannot target users based on the deep interest. You cannot target users based on the behavioral, on really complex, innovative ways. So that's why ad network is also not a solution for buying media. So of course, it's much better than direct. You have much more control, but at the end of the day, it still does not give you as much as you might want to have. And another question is, why not any other tool? Why not social? Why not Google? But programmatic. So this question is there globally, and people in global markets are trying to answer that as well. So this is the chart from eMarketer survey, benefits of running programmatic brand awareness campaigns according to UK and US senior marketers. So those people stated that programmatic increases efficiency, that programmatic reduces overall advertising costs. It gives ability to optimize and target the right audience in real time. It brings higher return on investment. It gives opportunity to leverage first-party data, gives ability to build effective cross-device campaigns, greater data and insights to understand my consumers, ability to achieve scale, reduce time to launch campaigns, and opportunity to use third-party data. So these are key factors, major benefits that a lot of marketers from already well-matured markets see in programmatic media buying. So if you are looking for ways to increase your efficiency, probably programmatic should be a way. And if you're looking for a way to use advanced targeting, if you're looking for a way to reach users in unique places, so programmatic is the place, is the tool that can help you to do that. And also one really important question you need to ask, and I would like to ask you, is do you reach your KPI? So once you're running your digital marketing campaigns, question is, are your KPIs met? If not, so probably something needs to be done and something needs to be changed with your marketing campaigns. So this is a short summary about why programmatic, why not other tools? It's much faster, it's much more efficient, you have much more control, everything happens in real time, and you can change everything wherever you want. So you have all control regarding creatives, you have all control regarding targeting, all control regarding placements where you want to appear. So when it comes to benefits from our end, we in ESKIMI have some sort of internal rule to understand if we should go to a new market or not. So before going to the Pakistan market, we had to evaluate if we can meet these 5 key requirements, these 5 key elements of ESKIMI platform in Pakistan. And now proudly I can say that yes, all of these things are already there. So we can provide highest reach, optimization and price benefit. We have data about users, and based on that we are creating unique audiences. We help our clients with creative sites, so with rich media tools, and also what is really important now, especially working with global brands like Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble or Unilever, is to make sure that brand safety tools are there, and both our internal and external tools helps to make sure that our clients see everything properly and that they are not harming the brand image anyhow while advertising through ESKIMI. However, from my point of view, one of the main benefits, and in the slide you can see it as a key benefit, is the fact that we in ESKIMI can understand local specifics. So all markets, I mentioned all markets that we are working at, starting from Nigeria to India, from Kenya to Bangladesh, from Ghana to Nepal, they have those specifics that markets in like United States or UK or Germany or Singapore do not have. So these markets are different in the user behavior. Those markets are different in users' purchasing power. Those markets like Pakistan and like India, like Bangladesh, are different in how conscious about data, about the actual spend of data compared to markets that people have high purchasing power, that are on high-end devices only. So when it comes to Pakistan, and then it comes to markets around Pakistan, same India, for instance, all those markets have unique features like tendency that users are on proxy browsers, that tendency that users are into data saving mode, browsing on Wi-Fi rather than on his own data. Users are really heavily on feature phones. So by feature phones, I mean color screen devices that can take pictures. Those can be uploaded to the internet. Devices that can have apps in it and so on, but because of the technical parameters, they are not seen as smartphones by major platforms. So for instance, if you want to run campaign on Google products, probably you will be missing those people who actually are on feature phones, because Google products are not focusing on those users anymore. Because in markets like Germany or Singapore or Australia, people are not using those small screen all devices because they have enough money to buy new ones. However, in markets like Pakistan, markets like Bangladesh, India, Kenya, and this is extremely important, because usually if person purchase device, he tries to keep it for as long as possible because he does not have enough money to buy a new one. So this is important to know, and this is what we know. And we know that users, even on smartphones, are heavily using Opera Mini or UC browser. These are two the most popular apps people in those markets download, because such browsers help to squeeze the size of the site. It makes site lighter, which means the page would load quickly and it will not consume that much data. So the problem comes from the fact that internet is really slow and internet is quite expensive. So trying to trying to avoid all those external costs, external expenditures, people tend to find any possible ways to avoid extra paying for data, extra paying for the fact that they are accessing the internet. And here in this slide, there is an example of what not to do. And again, this is a really great example showing how pushing the ad through the network, which is not assigned to the market that you are at, brings big flaws into your marketing campaign. So this is a Samsung device, feature phone device, that has a small screen, and basically Google ad, which is shown here in the example, just simply does not fit the screen and is being shown as just half of it. And even if you rotate the device, you cannot see it properly. So the problem is that client advertiser still was charged for this impression, because the platform which launched such campaign didn't evaluate the device, didn't evaluate the ad space, and that's why the impression was shown. Also, another mistake that I see in this specific example is that showing luxury short-term apartments in New York City on a feature phone. So understanding that the user is on such device is a really good indicator to see that this user probably will not be able to afford the trip to New York City at the very beginning, and then to buy luxury apartments or rent luxury apartments. However, such user will still be able to buy your soft drink, your shampoo, your any other cheap item which is made for mass consumption. And if you have a product that is designed for users who have higher income, you just simply would have to exclude such users from targeting. And in ESKIMI, we do that. In ESKIMI, if we cannot adjust ads to specific screen, to specific devices, for instance, rich media ads have some limitations on being shown to such devices. So we are just simple do not buy those ad placements, and we do not charge our clients for impressions that are being shown in a way which is not the way you actually want your ad to be shown. So yeah, this is one of example. Again, more examples like this I will be showing in my next webinars. And another question that we get is where our traffic comes from. So how came that we know that much information about users? How came that we have that much data to analyze? So where is that magic source? And the magic source is in our exchanges, both SSPs, so supply-side platforms, places their publishers connect to monetize the ad inventory. So for instance, if I'm an owner of a local news site, I would be going to DoubleClick or Rubicon, implementing the ad codes into my site, and then DSPs like ESKIMI will be able to buy those ad placements. The thing with other DSPs is that they have a really limited amount of exchanges integrated. That's why the reach is limited. Same Google DoubleClick Bid Manager mainly focuses on double-clicks inventory, which means that if you're going only on DBM, you are buying mostly Google's inventory, but you are missing out inventory which is on mop-up, which is in-app inventory. And as I showed in my previous slides, it has around 50% of all users that are being missed if you are not targeting mop-up as an exchange. So combining all those exchanges gives us an opportunity to reach the most users possible, to reach them on much cheaper price comparing to same Google DBM, because it might be, and it usually is, that publisher, to monetize his ad space, goes to more than one exchange. So if he adds double-click code, probably he will be adding Rubicon or OpenX as well. So since everyone is going to buy media on double-click on Google's DBM, the demand is really high. However, we can buy same users on same site through different exchanges, and that helps us to decrease the price. So this is also great advantage of ESKIMI, great advantage of programmatic in general, just to make sure that we analyze as much ad spaces as possible. We can analyze same ad space through different exchange. We can identify how much does it cost to buy user from this exchange or that exchange, and then system internally makes a decision and buys a space ad placement there it's the most efficient too. So this is the beauty about programmatic. All the possibilities to identify and analyze data are there, and once you are coming to us with your marketing campaigns, we help to make sure that your goal is being reached. So then it comes to our particular reach and numbers in Pakistan. In this section, I will present what is the number of users we can reach, what kind of technical data we know about users, what kind of technical capabilities we have. So in this slide, you can see our numbers. We can reach 68 million unique users here in the market online through 20 billion impressions. We have access to more than 70K sites and apps, basically meaning that we can reach users from Pakistan everywhere. So when it comes to the reach, your question might be, what do you mean by 68 million users, and what do you mean by those numbers? What is all about? So here is a comparison of three networks: Facebook, Google's GDN, and ESKIMI DSP, how we are calculating users, and what kind of differences there are. So for instance, Facebook, of course, they are calculating real people, real Facebook accounts. So each account has to have unique email or phone number to register. Users enter the personal data, users like or dislike pages, do this and that. And of course, now a lot of limitations will appear on Facebook as an ad space, but still, when it comes to user counting, it comes closest as possible to real people, because of course there might be users who are creating fake accounts just to participate in like and share contests, people who just want to hide their identities and so on. So number is not 100% accurate, but it is as accurate as possible. Another thing is with Google accounting cookies. So basically, if you go and check the numbers, you see that for now there is 57, 60 million cookies, uniques available in Pakistan market. But with cookies, there is a huge problem because you cannot identify uniqueness. So for instance, in Lithuania, in the market where ESKIMI is from, we have 2.5 million people living in the country totally. So the number is really small. But when you go to Google, it says that there are more than 7 million uniques in the market. So what does it mean? It means that people, 2.5 million people in Lithuania, actually have more than one device. We're accessing the internet on tablets, several smartphones, desktops, smart TVs, and so on. And all of these numbers are being counted as uniques. So this is how Google is counting they reach. And then it comes to ESKIMI, we count users as DMP IDs. Which means that in our data management part, we are identifying each user who is online under specific DMP ID. So for instance, user 12345 is now online. We do not know his name or last name. We do not know his email address. We know his device. We know what kind of connectivity type he's on. And we know the fact where he is browsing, so what kind of sites he's going to, where he spends his time. Even if he switches the device, we can still identify that this is the same user based on similarities in his browsing patterns. So, of course, same as in Facebook, the number is not 100% accurate, but it increases accuracy and uniqueness to the highest possible level. So 68 million means 68 million DMP IDs where we know user behavior, and then where we know what user is doing online and what kind of activities he is doing there. And based on that, we are targeting people. So we are not targeting cookies, we are not targeting accounts, we are targeting DMP IDs in Pakistan market. When it comes to technical insights about Pakistan, I was really surprised because many markets that we are working at have really high mobile penetration when it comes to devices that users access internet with. But so far in Pakistan, it's the highest one. 93% of people who are accessing internet, they are accessing it on the mobile devices. So this is extremely important thing to know while planning your marketing campaign. So if you are spending too much time on creating desktop banner sizes, if you are spending too much time on creating nice landing page that looks great on your web version, it actually makes no sense, because what you need to focus on, you need to focus on effective mobile banners. You need to focus more on your landing page. How does it look in a mobile web, and so on and so on. So mobile has such a huge penetration in Pakistan market, and it's extremely important to know while planning your campaigns. Mobile operator split in the market also gives really interesting insight. So of course, PTCL and Wi-Fi, they are not mobile operators, they are more networks to access the internet. So together combined, they have almost 70% of all the impressions, all impressions share, meaning that users who are on the data, on mobile data, they are not active on the internet. So if you want to show video for the user, or if you want user to download your app, keep in mind that you are spending the data by requesting them to use the megabytes on downloading your app or watch your video. So while planning your marketing campaign, keep the opportunity to target only users who are on Wi-Fi or only users who are on hotspot by PTCL, to make sure that you are not asking your client to pay money for watching your ads or interact with your brand. So this is tech insights, tech statistics from Pakistan. Of course, what you see, Android is number one when it comes to operating system. It's also important information to know while planning your campaigns. Another interesting thing, what I found out in Pakistan, is banner formats that are the most popular and gives a possibility to reach the largest number of impressions. So native is number one. In next slide, I will explain native a bit more, because it's a new thing in many markets, and still many marketers do not know how to use it and what kind of advantages it gives. But I was surprised that the main format is 360 to 640. In many cases, this banner is not that popular in anywhere else, but Pakistan, it is number two size. Then 300 and 250, it is everywhere. But basically, these formats are ones you must have while you're planning your marketing campaigns, if you want to reach as much users as possible, if you want to make sure that the highest possible number of impressions are being covered. So this is a slide about programmatic native. In the picture, you see example of native ad we did in Bangladesh for Telenor. So this ad is really nice because of many reasons, but the main reason is that is not that annoying. And me as a user, while browsing the internet and come into native ad, I see it as a part of the content, because system automatically adjusted to those places that specific ad looks like a native, like the one that should be there. So compared to those usual banners, there you have to create 10 or 50 formats to make sure that the share of voice is there. It's important to, in this format, it's enough to create to prepare only 2 pictures, share the icon and a small description about your product, and then system automatically fit it in those places and those placements that is relevant to the particular campaign. And another thing which is also interesting for you to hear is our placements and where we can show our ads. So when it comes to sites, we in ESKIMI can reach all major news sites in Pakistan. Also, OLX as a place where you can put your adverts yourself. So it has the highest number of impressions from all local Pakistani sites. So again, if you're asking why not to go to direct publisher, the answer is here. Most direct publishers are not, they are smart, and they know that they cannot sell all impressions directly. That's why they are selling it in an open way for platforms like ESKIMI. And if you come to us, you can reach all same sites as well. Just you do not have to go and negotiate and have no control over what is happening with your ad. So same as with the apps. Here you can see top apps reached in Pakistan. So number one is Cricket Exchange, of course, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, a market where cricket is a big thing. So we are reaching all major placements related to cricket. So CrickBuzz, SPN, Cricinfo, Cricket Exchange are there. Chatting apps like Emo. We also have Viber, but from our numbers we see that it's not that popular here in Pakistan. Also utility apps like AppLog or CleanMaster, they're really popular. They gives possibility to show your ad on lock screens. So many advertisers are really happy while choosing these particular apps as places to show your ad. So another topic, small topic, and we are going to the end of the webinar, is our data capabilities. So I will again briefly go through it. Definitely we'll have another session on ESKIMI data and how to use it. So put it really simple, we have traffic and we have data. It has no extra charges. So if you're buying media, you can then use all targeting capabilities there as well. Because in many cases, if you go to other programmatic tools and you want to use data, you need to pay additionally. In ESKIMI, we do not have it. Of course, if you're targeting really narrow segments of users, CPMs would be higher, but still it does not mean that you will have to pay for data. You will just have to pay for the fact that you are reaching really niche users. It's open data. Some clients even take it and integrate with the internal systems. And of course, all is real time. All you can monitor by connecting to your account, and you will be able to see everything there live. So when it comes to data and then it comes to targeting, I like to say to my clients that demographics is dead and it's no longer efficient. And if you're using only demographic targeting in your marketing campaigns, you are doing something wrong. Because if you would be targeting these two different women by demographics, they are both falling into the age group of 25-30. They both are living in big cities, both are females. However, the interest and the behavior and the occupation are totally different. So if you would be showing that businesswomen, mother care related products, of course, it would be waste of your marketing money. Same it would be if you would be targeting a mother with business class tickets on an aircraft. So demographics are there. You can target people on ESKIMI DSP by demographics as well. However, it's not that efficient anymore, and you need to go into other targeting options and try to utilize them. So we have many layers of targeting: behavioral, location, tech, specific positions. So you can target users based on the interest. You can retarget them. If you can implement our codes into your site, we can then retarget users who are coming there. We are creating automated audiences of all users who are engaging with your current marketing campaign. So if you are running one product promotion on ESKIMI now, later you can use those people who engaged in your another product promotion, or you can tell new message to those users who are already engaged in the first one. So there are many nice ways how to use that data. So of course you can target users country-wise. We have really nice geofence targeting. I will briefly introduce it. And you can target users based on the technical parameters, so we can identify what kind of connectivity type user is on, what is his operating system, and so on and so on. And of course, sometimes client comes to us and asking, can I show my ads only on those apps and sites? So it's possible. We give that possibility to create site package or to show your ads only in the morning, just to make sure that you are not wasting your marketing money, because if you are a coffee brand, so probably morning is the best time to appear to your potential or existing clients' eyeballs. So we have that browsing density capability and identification. So here is example of Karachi. Here you can see where people are browsing the internet most actively. This information could be helpful again while structurizing your marketing campaigns. You can target people only in those hotspots. You can target, here is the example of Islamabad, also hotspots in this city. So you can target people only in those locations, because you know that this is the place where actual activities are happening. This is the place where people are the most engaged into internet and spend the time on browsing. Another targeting is geofence targeting. I mentioned earlier in tech capability, location capabilities. So, for instance, this is one case from EdTech event. In March in India, in Delhi, there's always going on that EdTech event. There are marketers, important people in the industry are gathering and spending 3 days there. So we visited that conference last year, but this year we decided to take a bit different approach, and we were geofencing that particular area. So that is a hotel with a conference hall. So we were targeting only that location, and those people who browsed internet in that location, we put under specific audience, and this is how we were able to collect users that are decision makers in the marketing industry there, and now we still have those users under our audience, and keep sending them messages about ESKIMI and target them with our message. Another case is from United Arab Emirates, so selling premium car brands. So solution was to target only yacht club and golf club in Dubai, because this is a place where all major people with higher incomes are gathering, and this allowed us to create the audience of people who would be most willing to purchase really exclusive, really expensive car. Of course, it could be used for expensive devices, watches, real estate, or whatever you want. Another case is from airports. So problem was how to sell roaming plans to travelers. So we were targeting people in the airport, also of Dubai, and we were showing those ads to them in other countries. So, for instance, if I am traveling to Germany from Dubai, I was shown ad of local telecom, just to make sure that telecom is reaching the most relevant user who would be willing to purchase that roaming plan. So it again, airports can be used in many different cases. Travelers, for roaming plans, for suitcases, and many different items that is relevant for this particular group. So basically, there is no limitation what kind of targeting to use, what kind of location to geofence. Here you can see example of few business rules that also were defined by our clients. So if you can see a person in cinema for several times, he probably would be movie lover. Gas station might say that the person is a car owner. Often in mall, it's a shopper. So it's really good for e-commerce sites to target those people who are always in malls, pushing the message that don't waste your time walking in that crowded shop. Better go to www.buyeverything.com and your life will be easier. So yeah, these are just examples. If you have some case of yours, feel free to share it with me and we can discuss what kind of targeting capabilities you can use. Unique telco data sets also are a big advantage in data where we can identify users who have more than one SIM in his device. We can identify which SIM card is a primary one, it's just a secondary one. We can segment users by data consumption. So again, even though you're not telco, but you have a really expensive item to sell, so you can target only those users who are on high data usage level, because those users have purchasing power. So especially in Pakistan, it should work really well, as we saw, people are data conscious and they are more into Wi-Fi and PTCL solutions rather than going on mobile operator data. So if a user is on mobile operator data and uses a lot of internet, it's a really great indication that he has a purchasing power. Same as if a user is on 4G connectivity, 3G connectivity. So in markets that 4G is already there, we are using this not only to encourage telco users to switch to 4G device, but also for other industries to make sure that they are reaching users who have more purchasing power. And another thing from data part and example of what to avoid is our information about brand safety and capabilities to solve brand safety issues. So yeah, last week, I believe, this news came on all major news channels that YouTube ran ads from hundreds of brands on extremist channels. So again, brand safety thing, which is extremely sensitive and especially sensitive for big international brands that have really strict rules and really strict guidelines. So we, from our data management perspective, our traffic management perspective, can assure that we are showing ads only in safe environment, in a place where viewability rate is high, and that the fraud detection is there, and you are not showing your ads to bots. So we have internal tools to assure that. Also, we have integration with global tools like Double Verify or Integral Ad Science, which helps us to make sure that we are meeting our clients' goals and that we are meeting our clients' guidelines and requirements for brand safety. So this is about data. This is about our capabilities. Again, we will go deeper to it in other webinars. And lastly, I believe for most of you, finally, we will go to case studies. We'll show a few from other markets, and maybe we'll find something relevant to your brands. And if you would like to explore more, just let me know. So the first case is from Bangladesh, a countdown banner created for brand group, FMCG brand. So since Ramadan is around the corner, I believe something similar could be used to any brand in Pakistan as well. So basically, we were counting time to iftar, to the time they are able to have a dinner again. Each day, the time was different. Each day, countdown had to adjust to the situation. So all was done automatically through ESKIMI. We had API integration with third-party external tools showing that, okay, if tar today is that time, so calculation should happen like this. And it was a really successful campaign, and it brought many value, to the client. Another case is for Unilever in Bangladesh. Kind of similar campaign, just information broadcasted was different. They wanted to promote Vaseline, one of Unilever's brand, and different message and different pictures were shown based on the time of the day and the actual weather outside. So we had integration with weather sites and then pushed this info to the banner. So for instance, if it was raining in the banner, it was raining outside, it was raining in the banner. If it was hot and sunny, the message said, okay, don't forget your Vaseline before going out because it's really hot and bad for your skin. So again, we did all technical implementation. We did the integration with that third-party weather tool and pushed it as simple images on the whole internet, making sure that reach and viewability is the highest possible. So this campaign, Unilever, is running on ESKIMI every winter. So already 2 winters in a row, and probably will do this winter as well. Another thing was also dynamic banners for cricket season. So cricket season is also coming soon. It's always on. So this was the campaign made for Tri Nation tournament. We had API integration with real-time cricket scores. So we took real-time results and pushed into the banner. This campaign was done for Robi. It's an Axiata brand in Bangladesh, second largest telco there. And the campaign was also really successful because the idea of it was to push users to Robi TV. So number of downloads increased. Also, we were showing this ad to all users all across the web. We updated scores every 30 seconds, and pushed it as a simple static images, again, to decrease the price and to make sure that the reach is there. So Robbie used this campaign as well for other cricket tournaments. A really similar thing could be done for FIFA. Tournament is starting in a month and a half. So let's discuss what kind of campaign we can do for your brand. And the last case I wanted to share is a rich media brand, rich media banner for FMCG brand Akish in Bangladesh. It's a scratch banner. Their users were asked to scratch the first image, and then the second image jumping oranges appeared. So this was also really great innovation that brought many value to the brand. The goal was to bring users to the Facebook as a landing page. So number of page likes increased. CTR was really great, and client was really happy with this campaign. And now this started first half a year ago. Now this new season, it's already live again. So client saw the value, client saw the advantages of this innovation. So something similar again could be done to your brands. Just, well, we need to know what kind of goals and what kind of images you need. So of course, you said just few examples. We have a whole rich media showroom. I will have another webinar on that, showing each example and trying it out on the screen for you to understand better. But I believe that would be it for now. Already talking for more than an hour. Hopefully that was interesting for you. If you have any questions, feel free to mail me on agne@eskimi.com, contact with me on LinkedIn, and also we can chat on Skype or WhatsApp or any other channel that is convenient for you. So thank you for your time. If you want, this will appear in my YouTube channel, so you will be able to watch it again. Maybe you would like to share with your colleagues. I will share the material with all attendees that registered in the form, so on email, so you can have it, and also everything will be live and on the internet. So feel free to use it and feel free to share it. So thanks again for your time, and let's keep in touch.